2014, and I was graduating from high school, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and that was kind of scary. I had already dipped my toe into entrepreneurship, but I had been working also for years at that point. And I saw college as an option by that time. I think I had applied to UNCC Charlotte, the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and maybe a college or two, but I wasn't really too hip on the idea of going tens of thousands of dollars into debt, which I was pretty sure was going to be the case for me. I didn't apply to any grants or anything like that, so definitely in a predicament. But I decided on the Air Force, and that ended up being a good decision college-wise. College for me was actually mostly me just testing through it. So I was in the Air Force, and I was just able to test through it because I had gone through such a decent high school, and because of that I had retained a lot of the knowledge, so I didn't actually have to go through the classes themselves. And one by one, I saw the classes that I would need to complete to get to the associates that I wanted, which was a construction applied science associates. And it was this place called Wayland Baptist. All of this was going on in 2016. And I would go there. I would get started on a test, try and figure it out while I was taking the test without doing really any studying for whatever subject. I did study for some sort of comprehension. I think it was either mathematics or maybe some sort of reading comprehension, but it was a very interesting, cool experience. The coolest part to me was honestly getting out of work a lot of the times and being able to go up there. At the time, I was still heavily into drinking, and I have an ebook on how I got over my drinking, which this was a heavy part of it, and that is in the description, as well as the career that I ended up getting into after my college degree and after my Air Force service, which is estimating, which I make well over 6 figures doing. And how to get into that is also in the description below in my ebook, which is on my website. But those came out of me having this degree. Would I recommend college to other people who were in the exact... Basically, if I was speaking to myself back whenever I went through in 2016, whenever I was in the Air Force, would I recommend it? Would I think that it made sense? And I'd say yes, because I specifically have gotten one position that I know of from doing the having the associates that I have, and I've seen plenty of positions that ask for a bachelor's and up in my career field, to where I would have been able to either make a higher salary or make a higher salary sooner or something like that. according to how that would have worked out. But so far, I've been able to make it very decently with just the associates, and I wouldn't really, at this point, have much need for the bachelor's. Maybe, I guess at this point, almost it wouldn't be worth the amount of debt that I would go in for the bachelor's to get it, at least in this career field. Maybe if there was something else where I could start making like, 200 or something like that, then it would be a little bit better of a cost opportunity. But I definitely see value in my degree. I am putting money in a 429B for my daughter, and because I see the need for it into the future, even though AI, who knows who knows what's going on there, and how that'll affect college school into the future. But I'd say it's been worth it so far for me. I started hearing a bunch of other airmen around me talking about the college classes that they had taken and that they were in. At the time, I was thinking like, that's super cool that you can get out of work and just go to some class or whatever, and they'll just accept that nonsense. But it was that for me. And then whenever I realized and I actually got into it, like, I can test out of all of this stuff. What? I could just test straight through this stuff. I don't even have to go to class. Like, part of it was being able to get out, but at least I can still get out for the test, which would be, like 30, 45 minutes to an hour that I would be able to get out of work, and plus the drive to and back, and me possibly stopping for breakfast or something like that. So that's how I started to hear about the classes whenever I was in the Air Force, and versus just, going to work every day in the Air Force, working the job and not, advancing on that side of things, which you need to be able to advance in all areas when you're in the Air Force, because the only person that's going to care about your career is yourself. And if you advance yourself educationally, that's just going to help you. And that's how I got into knowing about the associates and being able to get it back then. Yeah, definitely like, subscribe, share this video. Check out the description below that has my ebooks and my website, where I talk about getting over alcoholism in your life, as well as my career path and how I make well over 6 figures in it and without a bachelor's degree is really the big point with that. And I plan to grow this community, grow this channel, and you subscribing, liking, and sharing definitely goes a long way into helping me do that. I just want to be able to pass on valuable information for myself that I've gotten throughout my lifetime, talk about it, what I know, what I've experienced, and help you get from point A to point B the way that I have, and without some of the freaking headaches that I've had to go through throughout my lifetime. Because you're probably hinging on the likelihood is it makes sense for you to get a degree at all. How much do you need? Can you just go with the community college and associates? Is this whole testing through this college stuff in the Air Force actually going to pay off later on, or is it what everybody else in the Air Force is saying correct, which is just you can go through, and the associates basically doesn't mean anything because you got it while you're in Air Force, which is not true. All right, see you.